Welcome back to my little podcast. My name is Cassidy, and I can be found on TikTok or Instagram under Mama Needs a Minute. And this is just my little very amateur, very low-key podcast of my knitting and other crafts that I like to do when I have the time. Today is Sunday the 20th, might be the 19th, I don't know, but it's Sunday. Hopefully I can have this posted tonight or maybe tomorrow, just depends on how my boys behave later today. So let's just jump into it. I've actually felt like I've been pretty productive knitting wise and a little bit of sewing wise. I have a lot of sewing projects that I want to get done, and like 2 of them that I really actually need to get done because they have deadlines. So hopefully the next time I'll be able to at least show pictures of that, because I don't know if I'll record before I have to give them away, but we'll see. First things first, and hopefully this lighting's okay. It's a little gray outside, but I have to take the time when my kids are napping. So I finished my Annie sweater. It's done. I am so happy with this. I'll post a little video of me doing my little twirly twirl in it, but I knit the medium size, and it was a kit from Scapel. So I used their Spinville 100% Norwegian lambswool yarn, and I just did, I think it's variant 3. I don't know. It lists like all the different variants on the kits online. But I just went with their colors that they had. So I think even if you just want to buy the colors, it's natural, might be white, and then orange and pink. But it fits, it's done, and it only took me about just under 4 months. I cast this on my birthday weekend, and I finished a couple weeks ago, just right before that 4-month mark. So, which for me, I'm not very fast knitter. And sorry. So I was really happy with that. And honestly, it's just so cute. I cannot wait for it to get colder. I'm hoping to wear this with like some black leggings, or I'm not brave enough to wear white pants with toddlers, but I think it would look really cute with white pants, maybe. We'll see. So I did end up having to buy more of the orange and pink yarn. Like, I've got that much left of the white that they sent me in the kit, and then I saw somebody else. I did it part of a knit along, and so we had like a little group chat going on, and somebody else complained that they were running out of the pink and the orange from their kit as well. So I don't know if maybe just some kits got less. I did use a twisted knit on this, so maybe that's why, just because I think sometimes that can use more yarn if you knit twisted, or I'm a pretty tight knitter, so I don't know. For whatever reason, I did have to buy 1 more of each, and I did end up going into each of them, and now I have this much left. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with it. I'm not an accessory knitter. I don't want to do hats. Maybe I'll try mittens at some point. So I don't know. I just don't wear hats, and my boys are kind of iffy on what they'll keep on their head. So might just hold on to it in case if it sadly falls apart at some point. I don't know. We'll see. These may make a return. But that is my one and only finished knitting object. But it was a huge one, and now it is all done. I'm thinking about taking this. I'm going to the Phlox Fiber Fest in Seattle in August with my friend Johanna, and I'm so excited. I'm hoping it will be a little bit cloudy or stormy. We'll see. Last time I was in Seattle was in last October, and it kind of was, but August and October are very different. But I'll probably pack it, if not just to have there with me to actually show that I've completed something. But maybe I'll get to wear it. So we will see. The other only finished object that I have to show off to you guys are these little shorts that I made for one of my twins. I've got the other 2 pairs, so I'm making one for each boy. I just need to serge them. I don't like to do that when they're sleeping because my serger just seems really loud and then they don't nap. So I've just got to serge them and then sew up like 2 seams, and those other 2 pairs will be done. But this is, I got the pattern off of Etsy. I can't remember who it was, and it's all the way downstairs and I can't be bothered to go get that. So, but there are a lot of little boy shorts patterns or girl shorts, and then it's made out of a beach towel that I got at TJ Maxx, and I actually got 3 pairs of shorts out of one big like beach towel, so that was kind of nice. I saw the idea on TikTok. Somebody had made herself and her kid beach towel shorts, and I just think that's a good idea for summer because they're a little bit lighter. They run through the sprinklers once or twice, or after the splash pad. I think that'd be kind of fun for them to wear, and they're just so cute. They kind of look like little men shorts to me. So that is the one thing I finished sewing. My like other sewing thing, just while we're on the topic, because I don't know, I jump around. I want to finish those shorts. I've got a couple quilts to finish the binding on and do the edging, and then I am hoping to make Johanna and I matching bags for when we go to the Flock Fiber Fest, which is coming up, and it is so needed. We both just kind of sound like we need a mama vacation. She is my friend that I made through Mostly Knitting Podcast Yarn Swap. We got paired up, and so we've just been talking on Instagram, and it will actually be our first time meeting in person. So I'm super excited, and I just hope it's just fun, which after talking to her and talking for a long time, I don't see how it's not going to be. But that is my plan sewing wise. But some of you may not care about that. So let's go more into knitting. I don't have a ton to show you guys. These 2 projects have kind of been taking all my focus. We'll start with the one that's more impressive to look at. So there's the front. There is the back. Looks a little funky because I couldn't be bothered to switch to the wider needles. But this is the Glow Raglan sweater from Violent Cat Lady. It's just on her website, and I bought the yarn from her as well. This is Lang Cloud Tweed's yarn. It's pretty popular on TikTok lately. People have been calling it, if you hear knocking, that's my 2-year-old. He doesn't want a nap. We'll let my husband get that. But a lot of people are calling it like trout sweaters or anything like that. I am holding the yarn double, and remember these, they were just massive skeins of yarn. What I am trying to do though, that I didn't know when holding this yarn double, was that I really didn't like when the colors didn't line up. Like it all just kind of looked like a really weird shade of blue or brown. So I have like a million balls where I'm just rolling to try and get to the next color that I want to do, which is fine. And still, you can like, I don't know, best way to show you. See all those ends I'm gonna have to weave in? Like I look in here and it just looks like the inside of a pumpkin. So that won't be fun when I'm done. I have been working on this, I cast on maybe 3 weeks ago. I don't know. It's on size 13 needles. It's a bulky weight yarn. It's superwash merino, I believe, and then some nylon and some alpaca. So it's amazingly soft. But I just like how the colors look on the camera, so I want to just keep showing it. So it's going really fast, which is kind of nice after having that sweater take me 4 months to make it. It's nice to be like, oh my gosh, I'm almost done with the sweater. So I'm going to finish the body here pretty soon, I think. I don't know. We'll try it on and we'll see how it fits, and then just the sleeves. And there's no ribbing, which is great. I'm so excited not to have something to do with ribbing. There was very little purling, and I think this is a really good beginner pattern. It's my first pattern of hers I've done, but it was only like 5 pages for now. So, which compared to my next project was a nice little surprise that it wasn't so much information. So there is that. I'm gonna maybe try and have that one done by Flock Festival too, just because it'd be really like cozy just to have them more hanging out in the hotel room at night. So my next project, I talked about it last time, but there's been progress. So this has been sitting in the bag since some point last year. I was working labor and delivery when I started this, because I remember sitting in a movie theater. We were all gonna go to a movie together. While I was waiting for the gals to show up, I ordered the yarn spontaneously. It is the Ingrid sweater by Petite Knit, but I am using Leva from Scandi Stitches, her notes and pattern. I did not use the suggested yarn, did not gauge swatch because couldn't be bothered. I did gauge swatch for the Glow Raglan though, so I'm getting better. But so here we go. Sorry, it's like rolling in on itself a little bit, but look, I'm doing textured knitting. Oh, never thought I would. That's kind of why I put it away, because the pattern, just looking at all the different charts, there's a chart for each section. So this is just the back yoke. You do the whole chart and then you let the yarn sit, and then you if you're familiar with Petite Knit, you know how she does her patterns. Then you do the shoulders, which I think is pretty common with all sweater patterns, but she has different charts for different sizes for different parts of the sweater. It was like 18-20 pages to print out, and I printed it out at work, and I like had a little novel. But I am doing the medium size, which according to Scandi Stitches will come out, with using this yarn and everything, more like a largish size, so a little bit more oversized. But I am using, where did my, oh, I think I put the ball band in here. Sorry. I am using the Rama Feeble, is the thicker yarn, and I'm just using the color 01, and it is 100 meters per 50 grams. Doesn't really have a lot of prickle to it. It's my first time ever using this yarn, and I know it's really popular. A lot of people use this yarn, and I've liked it so far. Then the mohair I am using, I don't even know, is just Tin Silk Mohair by Sanis Garn, and it is the color 1012. So we have made progress on that, which I'm super excited for. And the chart really isn't that bad. I was just really intimidated. I've never done a textured knit before this, and so I just didn't think I could do it. And honestly, what made me really want to pull it out and work on it is my friend Johanna. She has been sending me pictures. She did a really gorgeous pink, like a bright happy pink. It's almost like it's brighter than that pink, but it makes me really happy when I look at it. And just seeing pictures of her, it probably looks so good on her. She did like a full-blown all over textured cable kind of sweater, and I was just like, okay, I can do textured knit. I want to be cool like her. So there we go. I want it to be done by Christmas. I think this will be my Christmas sweater to myself this year. I kind of want to do that every year, knit myself a Christmas sweater. But I also really love gifting knits, but I'm very picky on who I will gift them to. So far, I've done a baby bear suit for one of my little boys, and then I did that one sweater that I showed in my last podcast. But I also want to do I think they're called the Noel vests by Fable Knitwear. They're super cute, like little green vests with like red and gold. I I don't know. I have the pattern, but I don't know if they're like double stitched on top or if you actually knit them in. But they look like little Christmas elf vests. And my mom actually has these like little Christmas elves, and I think one of them actually wears a vest that's really close to that. I want to do a vest like that for each one of my boys and then take them to get pictures with Santa. But we'll see. I also have the cardigan I want to knit, my grandma, and just some other gift knits. But we'll see. I'm just really proud of the progress because it's coming by really nicely, and I am learning new techniques and that I can do a hard seaming knit. One of my boys is not gonna nap apparently. His dad just let him out of his room. So yeah, that's kind of all I have, all I've been working on. I don't really have a lot. I just wanted to record this. I'm going out of town next weekend for my anniversary, and then I will be going to the Flock Fiber Fest, so hopefully I'll have a lot more knitting time coming up. But I kind of just wanted to really show off the Anny sweater so then I can put her where she needs to be. But other things that have been going on is I saw the podcast by those twins who knit. They are affiliate members with Coast to Coast Yarns, and she just released like a pre-order drop, and I am so tempted to buy more yarn from her. I've never used her yarn actually, but when I say more yarn, it's because I'm trying to be good and not buy any yarn until I go to the Fiber Festival. But there are a few colors that are really tempting, and there's one like green and one kind of orangish color that I think just would look so good on my husband. And I really liked the Finest Kind pattern. I'm not sure who that's by. I'm not prepared, and I record on my phone, so I can't just like Google on my phone. But I'm debating whether or not I should order that for him. Other things, I don't know. Boys are doing good. They're hitting a little bit of a sassy stage here and there. Like the other day, my twins have a bunk bed, and they like to throw all of their stuff off. They call it making a nest. And if you're a toddler mom, or maybe even just a boy mom, it can be fun to watch them play. But after like the 4th time of picking up this nest, and bunk beds are not easy to make, which didn't think about before we bought it. I told one of them, he was sitting up at the top, and I was like, thank you for giving Mom the opportunity to pick this up again. And he just kind of leans back and goes, you're welcome. So we've had a lot of sass, but they're cute. They're growing big. They like to watch me knit sometimes. It's cute because I made them that little red sweater, and one of them just doesn't want to wear it. He tells me it's too itchy, and the other one doesn't seem to mind. But now I have had requests from the one who says it's itchy. He wants a blue sweater with no scratchies. And then the twin who doesn't really mind it, he asked me if I can knit him a feather sweater, which I think is really cute because it's just cute when they were like, Mom, you're knitting yourself a sweater? Is that for me? You're gonna knit me a feather sweater? Like, it's just kind of fun to have them like involved in my little hobbies, but eventually I know they won't care. I went to a knit cinema night. That was really fun. There is a yarn store here in Salt Lake called Handwork, and she sent out, or like not sent out, but you bought tickets through their site, and we went to like the Breweries Cinema Pub, I think is what it's called, and she hosted a knit night, so everybody was there to knit. I'd never been there before. It was really cool. We watched When Harry Met Sally. Also, I'd never seen that movie before, so it was cute. And you could like order like restaurant kind of type food, not just your typical movie snacks. And then they had like these little tables in front of our chairs, so you had places to put your knitting. And one lady had like a full-blown quilt she had brought, and she was doing the binding on that, which was crazy, but there was a lot of people there and that was really fun to do. So she talked about maybe doing another one in October, so I'm kind of hoping that she'll do that so I can go. I feel like I'm just trying to think of things to talk about. I need to make a decision with my yarn that Johanna gave me in our gift swap. She gave me this beautiful brown color. I don't know if I showed it last time. It's in here. One second. Bear with me. Amateur hour at its finest. So it's from JH Design and it's their fall yarn. It's 85% cotton and 15% baby alpaca. And I have about 250 grams of this, and it's 50 grams per 175. And it's just like, it's so soft, but even the color is just really, really soft. And she sent this to me because her and I were talking about me doing a summer tee. And honestly, I probably just need to get off of people's podcasts and Instagrams and just make the decision and start. I'm leaning towards either the Cloud Tee or the Ivy Tee by Petite Knit, or the Moonset Tee by Ozetta. So I kind of want to cast this on before I leave for Seattle so I can do all of like the raglan increases, decreases, German short rows, whatever, so then I could just have it in the round and knit in the round on the plane, just because it'll be easier than like trying to knit, if this isn't done, like the glow raglan with the huge skeins of yarn, or the Ingrid sweater where I have to have a chart and look at it. I don't like to feel like I'm imposing on people, so I like to keep all my stuff in my little space, and planes don't have a lot of space. And so we'll see. Hopefully I can make a decision on that, get that started this week. I don't really have to work very much. I only have to do tomorrow night, which is kind of nice. Being a PRN nurse is where it's at. If you guys can, it's nice. Because I only have to work about 1 to 2 shifts a week. Unless they need extra help, then I can sign up. This bag is my redesigned project bag. I think it's either number 10 or number 9. My husband got it for my birthday. It's up on a hook, but maybe I'll have to show that off one time. And then the other things I am hoping to look for at the Flock Fiber Festival, because now I'm in a chatty mood, so now we're just gonna chat, is I want to find yarn. So this is for my boys, the Handslam sweater, or the Kids Wilderness sweater. Maybe I'll put links to these. Or little olive vest. And I think that's actually for me. I think I want to get myself the Knitting for Olive vest. Yep, that's what it is. So it's out of the Knitting for Olive, their pattern book. I bought that. And that one should be pretty easy to shop for, just because it's like 4 balls of fingering wool. And a solid color. I don't really have any vests. I'm kind of changing up my style. I'm wearing like a few more dresses, a few more skirts, and I think like a little vest would be really cute with one of those. And then my husband, I have a few ideas for him, but he always tells me just knit for you, don't knit for me, so I can go through my massive stash of yarn for myself. That's what I keep looking at over there, is all my totes of yarn. So I don't know. I'm trying to set a goal for myself that after the Flock Fiber Festival, I will not buy myself any more yarn or any more fabric unless it is needed to finish the project 100% needed, or if I can convince somebody to gift me some, or if I have a gift card. I'm trying to be good, because in my head, if I can get through my stash, make a good dent, I will not get through my stash, but I can make a pretty good dent. And if I back off on my shopping a little bit then maybe next year when I turn 30, I can do a trip to Rhinebeck or something. So we'll see how good I can be. Sometimes after a hard mama day, I do, instead of being productive and knit and sew, I just waste time looking at yarn and fabric online, and my like Etsy cart is so full and my Ravelry cart, sorry, is also full, and my phone probably has way too many screenshots of all these crafts and craft related items, and I'm really good at buying them. I just need to use them. So we'll see. Sorry, this kind of feels like it was like a really sporadic chat here, but such is talking to Cassidy, really, if you know me. So hopefully you all are doing well. Hopefully you're catching a break from the heat. We've had a little bit of a few rainy hours here, which kind of cools things down, and hopefully you guys can find some crafting time or some resting time, and we'll chat later. Thanks for everybody for coming back or for stopping by for your first time, and hopefully we can see you again soon. Bye.